Hello, how you doing everybody? Back to do some more sketching today. Today's a bit of a tricky one. I've got some, I'll show you my this is my rough sketch. And I've got, so first we need paper, crayons and pens. It's a lot easier getting started with friends. Now, see, these pictures have got to be the other way around, but I can't just swap these pictures because, well, I can kind of swap them. It's going to be weird because the layout of the bedroom and everything. So it's going to all be a little bit confusing, but you know, here I am documenting the process, and I'm amongst friends, so no one's gonna heckle me. Are you? Is anyone gonna heckle me? If you're gonna heckle me now. Heckle me now. Okay, here we go. So, I need Elijah over on this side with his blackboard. His blackboard and his cape. He's doing his superhero duties. He's getting really basic outline to start with, because I'm probably going to rub this thing out a million times before I get to where it's at. So here's kind of a blackboard. I'm going to be doing some chalk drawing. He's got his big flowing cape down here. I know that's giving him very poor posture, having the cape go like that. And face line through here. That is a very big arm. I'll make the arm a bit smaller. And because of the size of this, it's looking like the you see, because you can see it on, as you would say in the filmmaking world, you can see it on camera, but if Crumpet's over here drawing, he won't be able to see what's on the blackboard, so that kind of needs to be flipped. Darn it. And, well, it's a question here if whether we see so we have, oh, this is getting very confusing now, because Crumpet's at his desk still. And Maybe I do a complete side-on profile type thing. Because we need Elijah on this side, whether we have Elijah here with his blackboard. Looking around at Crumpet and talking and drawing. And Crumpet sitting here at his desk. You can tell this is a really good drawing. What have I got in the background? So that wall I had was the window I had. Now we haven't seen these walls before, because my other drawing, so that's him drawing, so behind him drawing he's got his window and two pictures. So the window and two pictures is back here. So we actually haven't seen these walls before. So I can do whatever I want on these walls. So that's good news. So the basket here with a lightsaber and the cat is down here, and the bookshelf is here with the trumpet on it. And maybe rather than like this, like a teacher, maybe the blackboard can just be like here, square on, and he's standing here drawing it out. Something like that. So he's standing like that. See, most people would work all this out before they went live, but I kind of like the idea of kind of working this stuff out so people can kind of see the issues of drawing something that's meant to have continuity from one page to the next. So the only drawing I have of the bedroom before is this one, and as I say, we don't really see this wall at all. If anything, we might see the bookshelf and the basket of toys there. Get a bit of a side on of the desk. Might be able to kind of have a little funny bit with a scale of Crumpet sitting on a chair side on. Yeah. We got some room for some more. Maybe we need a door to the bedroom. Door to the bedroom could be back here. What else would you have in a bedroom, people? You need a wardrobe. Wardrobe over here. More kind of toys there. Oh yeah, you know what you'd have over here? You'd probably have the bed or something. Bed, wardrobe, door, toys and stuff, and desk. Here. This might work. It might not work too. Let's see how we go. So what I've done here is completely wrong. So I'm only going to sketch for an hour today, and because I'm already behind on my colouring. The colouring takes way longer than the sketching. And I can't do the colouring live because I'm doing the colouring on my phone. Someone's liked it already. The YouTube live stream, that is, which is very nice. Thank you for whoever was the anonymous liker on the stream. Please feel free to come forward and show yourself and have a chat. Always good to have a chat while you're drawing. I like it anyway. You get some good ideas, good conversations. So I reckon we need a bit of a corner of the bedroom type arrangement going here. The corner of the wall doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to give me a guide, because I've created some banana wallpaper, because, you know, of course Crumpet's got banana wallpaper, and I can just match up for wallpaper and then distort the wallpaper on that wall. So this line is just kind of a guide for me, really, for illustrating the foreground. And this is where I get into the interesting part of illustrating in a car. Not a lot of space. And oh look, that blew out nicely on the video. Hopefully it comes back, it's not too completely blown out. Now, a bed. Bed there. But then the bed will kind of be blocking him. Yes, it's all very interesting, this stuff. Maybe a door. Door's going to be over this side. And you know, what do you have in a young monkey's bedroom? Well, actually, I don't know how young Crumpet is, really. And is it actually Crumpet's bedroom? Or is it Elijah's bedroom? What do they share a room? Is there bunks? Is there bunks? So many questions left unanswered that my live chat people could be answering. If only you were here, you could have the input on these very questions. So, kind of looking like that. Got a bit of a desk. What am I doing now? The blackboard thing has got me. The blackboard thing has got me. Oh, maybe a wardrobe here. No, but I've got the toy box there. I know at least the toy box is here. Might not be doing quite as much as that. Who thought I'd get all caught up in the technicalities of where all the furniture is? Like I'm being the art department here. This is the art department's job. So that's roughly where the toy box goes. Now I could still have completely the wrong perspective on this. So already I'm thinking, door's in the wrong spot. That's too confusing because it looks like the desk turns into the door. Time to move the door. Now there might be quite a bit of a raising in this illustration, and you know, if a page gets too mucky, a good solution is to kind of get your layout right, get everything, all the proportions right, layout right. Take a photo of it, get it on your computer, and then trace it so you know you've got your proportions right with your tracing. And trace yourself, copy yourself. I'd have so many illustrators going, cheat, it's cheating. But no, you've already drawn it. It's a matter of doing it a bit more of a neater job. So I want to do these sketchy lives. I want to do them regularly for about an hour. You know, maybe I'll finish for drawing, maybe I won't finish for drawing. It's kind of development, it's the sketching, it's all that kind of stuff. I do all the finishing off at night time on the Adobe Draw app. And you know, I get to where I get to in the time allocated. I mean, ideally I'd like to go, okay, I get a sketch done and I can get an illustration done. I get it coloured, get it sketched and coloured all in the same day. That would be my dream. The only problem, I always say that a lot, like I talk about something and I go, the only problem, I think that's a problem. I'm going to have the door up here. The only problem is I don't have to have a door, but you know. Now, Elijah, where are you going to go? Does it have to be a blackboard? I did it a blackboard. But if I put the blackboard on the wall, it's a bit like a classroom. I want it to still look like his bedroom. In which case here, I still think I'd like a wardrobe. Kind of break up all that banana wallpaper. That's a lot of banana wallpaper. A very ornate wardrobe for a kid's room, you know. Could make these bananas perhaps. Or is that just going too far with bananas? How far is too far with bananas? All this perspective stuff doing my head in. No, I'm not going to sit like that. So, Crumpet's kind of happy here, so he's happy because he's got his friend helping him out. So I'm kind of matching the desk from last time, not sure how. You can't actually see what I'm doing. Already established. Let me see if I can touch the screen, get a bit of a better exposure. Because the exposure's crazy down there. I can kind of see. Ah, that's better. Yes. You can see how it's kind of the proportions and perspectives and all this kind of stuff is taking shape. And the chair 2 watching now. Oh no, 1 watching. Oh no, it was just me watching before. Someone watched it for a second. I'm also gonna get up my Instagram as well for reference. For some of these things. Here he is. Problem is, I've done Crumpet's eyes wrong. Crumpet's eyes are more round. In which case his hair is going up way too high here. I kind of get the feeling if Crumpet were to comb his hair, it'd look a lot like Christopher Walken. You know how Christopher Walken's hair is amazing? I also think Crumpet would have amazing hair. And you know, just because I'm drawing these as final sketches doesn't mean I have to use it. I can always abandon it if it's... What I find amazing about drawing is you can start off with something and go, nah, looks terrible, looks terrible, looks terrible, and you add a little bit and you go, oh, maybe I can make it work. And then you go, oh, looks terrible, looks terrible. Yeah, a little bit more. Oh, maybe I can make it work. Looks terrible. And then you go, oh yeah, I think I've found something here. It's workable, it's workable, it's workable. Maybe it really is workable, it's really workable. Oh, and I made it. And it's okay. It's you know, it's a constant battle. From the moment you put the pencil or pen to the page, you're either trying to create it or trying to save it. That's what I think anyway. Taken me a long time to get started today. Because it's thought process. But you know, I'm kind of thinking I'd like to do this thing with illustrating. I mean, because I've been really lucky with the fact that Elijah and Crumpet allowing me to document the journey. But kind of thinking, as a kid's book illustrator, this could be like my... I mean, other people can do it as well, it's not my thing, but point of difference is that if you kind of hired me to illustrate a kid's book, you get to see the process of it being documented as well. Alright, about Crumpet, I haven't done a side on... Have I done a side on of Crumpet before? It's this question, it's this constant questioning of if it's working, is it working? Is it not working? Is it working? Is it not working? I think I use my eraser as much as I use my pencil. Yeah, so you would hire me as a package to illustrate the book, but I would document it as well at the same time. So, you know, it wouldn't suit people who were wanting to sit on their idea and were scared to put it out there for fear of being ripped off. But you see, the thing is, as soon as it's out there, and it is your idea. So if someone rips it off afterwards, you can easily prove that you created the idea when you did, if you're like constantly recording the creation of it. That's my theory anyway. It's always good if you can avoid living in fear. I don't want to be ripped off. That's kind of, you think it would be worse in the digital era of being ripped off, but when you can put your ideas out there straight away, you know, you've got that backup, that proof that it was your idea when it was. I don't know. This is what you get when you get on my Sketchy Live. You just, if there's no one there, you just get to hear me waffling, because you'll obviously be watching it in the playback. Does he look normal? don't know. I'm going to do that thing and go with it for the time being. So if you've been following me, you will have known that I'm kind of, been thinking a lot about COPPA, which is a Child Online Privacy Protection Act, or something like that. And YouTube got in trouble for collecting data on kids under 13 in terms of advertising. Cookies. This guy looks like a cookie monster. And they had to pay $170 million. YouTube didn't want to pay well, they did. Of course, no one wants to pay $170 million. They paid it regardless. Anyway, so moving on. And they thought, well, what can we do in the future? I know we can pass the buck and let creators worry about it instead of them having to worry about it. And there were threats of, well, the thing is like, you have to make your content as for kids or not for kids. And I'm in the unique position is that my videos aren't for kids. I'm kind of hoping that one day when some people might see these videos, if they ever do, that there would be people that would be interested in creating a kids book themselves and just interested in looking at the process. So kind of like parent, creator, illustrator types who thought, oh, it'd be really cool to do a kids book. I want to do a kids book. And just kind of follow along and watch the journey. That's my audience. Basically people like me. I mean, that's usually the way it is. Who's your audience? If there's something you're interested in, it's usually people like yourself. So the only issue is, see here I go again, the only problem is that what I'm doing is creating a kids book, which is obviously at kids under 13. However, the videos aren't. And a great source of information about YouTube things are the Nimmin brothers, Nick and Dee Nimmin. And Dee does a whole bunch of stuff on mobile content creators, which is kind of what I am. Being that I'm doing this live off my mobile, I illustrate on my mobile, all these kinds of things. And Nick is more your kind of straight up YouTuber. And Nick has a podcast called Comments Over Coffee. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to comment. And so I left a comment on the website telling my dilemma that, like, is it a dangerous place for me to be in as someone illustrating kids' books? Oh, I got another like. Thank you, whoever that was. Person illustrating kids' books, but the videos aren't for kids. And anyway, so he got on and answered my question in quite a bit of detail. Now, just to go in and clarify, Artist Haven, how you doing? Happy holidays, Andy. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, happy holidays to you too. I saw you were live just before me. Sorry I couldn't join you. I was running late. I just finished a lawn mowing job, and I was pretty much running to get some food and then get the live stream set up in my car. And as it was, I think I was 10 minutes late starting. But you know what? You're the first person here and it's 40 minutes in, so so I think it's all okay. No one got hurt. But I hope your live stream went really well. I was just talking about there's a podcast called Comments Over Coffee with Nick Nimmin. Do you know Nick Nimmin at all? He's kind of helps content creators with YouTube questions and tech and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I asked him the copper question because here I am creating kids books and documenting the journey, and sure, the kids books are created for kids, but the videos aren't. So I asked the question, and him and both Roberto Blake seemed to think that, you know, what was my intention, and my intention is that it's for illustrators, creators, parent creators who want to do something similar, like Illustrated Kids Book, to see behind the scenes. Yeah, you're a member of his channel, awesome. Yeah, Dee and Nick are fantastic. Anyway, so Nick's got a podcast called Comments Over Coffee. So I left him this question about the whole thing about me doing what I'm doing here, and the fact that my initial intention is to set out for an audience that is parent creators and illustrators. Even the fact that I'm doing stuff for kids, I would still mark my channel as not for kids, which is great because I'd hate to lose all the community functions. I'd hate to lose comments. You lose so much. I'm not really interested in monetization. I'd kind of hope to get money sources in from, you know, the artwork that I'm doing and other things. Find other ways to make money, like through Patreon, what do you call it? Patreon and stuff like that. And keep my channel ad-free. Anyway, but they don't really care whether it's ad-free or not. And so the consensus is that, yeah, do it not for kids, but to go through and have a good look at all my thumbnails and most importantly my titles. Abdullah Aisha, how you going? And look through my thumbnails and my titles and make sure that none of my thumbnails or titles sound like they're too directed at kids. Because he said he had a friend who one of their videos said something about 5-year-old boy in the title, and it got flagged for kids content even though it's not a kids for kids video. So I'm doing very well, Attila. Unless you're talking to Artist Haven. Tish. No offense, but I don't think the kids would want to watch you draw. Exactly. I don't imagine they would. Kids have got an attention span of 10 seconds. They're very fast-paced stuff. They will love the book though. Well, hopefully they'll love the book. Yeah, so I think I'm in the clear, but I'm going to go through and look at all my thumbnails and look at my titles, because I do say kids book quite a lot in my titles. And but what do you call it? You call it a picture book, don't you? You call a kid's book. Do you call a kid's book, an illustrated kid's book, a picture book, children's book? I mean, I suppose you could call it a picture book. Well, that means the same thing. So, Tish, are you stopping your lives over the festive season at all, or are you like making art every day? Because it seems, I think every day it looks like you're creating artwork. It's amazing. And that work that you're making, are you selling that, or are you getting a large collection of work? I'm a lefty too. It's funny. I'm actually not a lefty. It's this camera. It's the selfie camera. This is my right hand. I'm going live twice tomorrow. That's amazing. So it's tomorrow Christmas Eve for you, Tish, because it's Christmas Eve for me now. It's a work day. I've been mowing lawns. I'll be going live until the 31st. I'll take the 1st off and then go back to doing lives every day. That's cool. That's some dedication there. So the work that you're doing on your lives, you're just doing that for yourself, or you're doing some for people that have asked for them, or no, you're just doing it for yourself because you enjoy doing it. I mean, obviously you enjoy doing it, otherwise you wouldn't be doing lives every day, but still the 23rd here, yep, in the States, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, our family doesn't really celebrate Christmas. We're not kind of religious at all, but we do because we've got kids now. Kids want to do something, so we did something for summer solstice, which included, some fun presents and stuff like that. But I think as they get older, it's going to be almost impossible not to do Christmas. Interesting choices I make sometimes. Well, not I make, myself and my wife. Oh, I missed a few here. Art is for sale, but some are gifts. I'm doing them as giveaways too. Oh, that's cool. Aisha, today on DeviantArt, one of my recent artworks was featured on the journal. Yes, I heard about that. That is very cool. This isn't the first time art gets featured on DeviantArt's journal. Congratulations indeed. Yeah, no, that is seriously cool. Now, Artzilla, Aisha, do you have a Instagram? I know Tish does. So I was very slow getting on the live today. I've only got about 10 minutes left because I use my cellular data as well, so I can't just keep going for hours and hours and hours. Be nice to. But it took me a while to get started because I started off with this, oh, you don't have Instagram? Oh, it would be good if you did. I'd follow you. You're on Twitter and YouTube. So this is what I started off with. The text is, first we need paper, crayons and pens. It's a lot easier getting started with friends. But you see, the problem is it's the wrong way around. That page needs to be there and that one needs to be there. And we got Elijah with a blackboard, and we got Crumpet here at his desk with his thumbs up going check. And so I started to draw it, and I realised I had no idea what the layout of the bedroom was at all. It was like I needed a plan view, above plan view, so I knew what the room was. Because the art department, you know, if I was making a movie, the art department's out to hill and I didn't know where anything was. So I kind of did a bit of a sketch of it around the other way. And so this page here, where we see Crumpet drawing initially, this wall behind him is this wall here, which you only see a tiny little bit of there. So so I had to do a big room change around, and that's taken up plenty of time. So Artzilla Aisha's on Twitter, YouTube, and DeviantArt. Artzilla, by the way, DeviantArt is the perfect site for artists, for any artist. You don't have to be a professional. Okay, I might have to look into that. Artist Haven, I'm on pretty much everything, but only active on Facebook, Twitter, Insta, and YouTube. Artzilla Aisha, that site has been around since early 2000s. I use it since 2015. Yeah, cool. What's the other one? Is it Behance or something like that? It's part of the Photoshop. It's what Photoshop promotes. Any of you use that? The outlet makes called photo manipulation. Yeah, cool. Artist Haven, I don't know Photoshop stuff, I'm not really handy on the computer. Yeah, I'm not on Photoshop, but the colouring that I do on my phone with an app called Adobe Draw, which is just the kind of the what do you call it, the it's only on mobile, only available on mobile. It's kind of the mobile equivalent of Illustrator, I suppose. Anyway, so I feel like I'm going to continue doing YouTube lives still do my videos. Probably stick with a black and white because it makes it less kid friendly. And because initially when I heard all the copper stuff, I thought, I think that's the end of it for me on YouTube anyway. I would be able to be on other platforms, but I think I'm going to stick around. Artzilla, last month I participated in a contest on DeviantArt. She provided stock image of herself and the artist used her imagination. That sounds cool. I didn't win, but I love the art nonetheless. Yeah, no, that sounds cool. And then I've got to worry about carpet. So the wallpaper, I don't really worry about the walls because I've made a wallpaper. You can see that on Instagram. It's banana wallpaper. I love wallpaper. I reckon, you know, I could almost go into, as an artist, creating my own wallpaper type stuff. And you know, use it for stuff like fabrics and for printing T-shirts and book covers and stuff like that. I love making patterns like that. See you later, Artzilla. Have to go now. Have to sleep. Lovely to see you. Yep. Have a lovely holiday break if you're having a holiday. Catch you later. That's right, I've got a toy car over here. Problem with doing a book is I've got to keep the continuity up between pages. Because so I've got like a little car over here. And the cat was in there. Safi the cat. But well, I've got the cat over there now, so I might just put it like a squashed teddy bear in here or something like that. So how many hours a day would you do your work, Tish, and the acrylic pouring, if that's what you call it? Is it pretty much when you're working your life? Side view of the cars. So really like the idea of, you know, when you're working, why not do it live? you got it for the record for yourself as well. That's what I like about YouTube, is it will keep your lives, and also gives you the opportunity to speak to other people as well, like you. Like, it's amazing being able to do that. That's going to be a lightsaber. Now I need to have a look at my basket. Oh, and my hour's up. I'm going to have to continue this on next time, because I didn't know really where I started. There was a lot of sorting stuff out in my head as to the arrangement of all the furniture. But you know, I've gone from swapping that around to there, figuring out the layout, and I'm finally starting to kind of work out where it's all going here. And yeah, I'm gonna head off to my next job. Thank you so much for joining me, Artzilla. I know you've gone, and Tish, Artist Haven. I do acrylic pouring mostly on my lives, but I do acrylic pours and other art projects on my days off from work. I've gotten behind due to the studio reset I did. Okay, but it's good to have your studio just the way you want it. This is my studio. It's my driver's seat of my car. One day I will have a desk with a proper thing to mount my camera. I've got my camera off the sun visor at the moment. But you know, you work with what you got, and then you hopefully work towards something that's a bit better. Thanks so much for joining me, and have an awesome Christmas, New Year's. Hey Jelly Duck, how you going? I'm just signing off, but I'm glad you could join me. I'm going to be doing a whole lot more of this stuff, so keep an eye out, and yeah, I'll be finishing off my drawing soon. I had to do a whole lot of replanning and layout. Hopefully this is the layout I want. I'm happy with my floral wardrobe. Cool. Alright, happy holidays everyone, and if you're getting holidays, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. Now I gotta find the because this is in the sun visor. Hey, how you doing? Ha ha ha!